It's Monday, April 27th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host here, Jace Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Mike Bennett, working his way behind the board, recovering after wearing a Raiders and a Vikings hat, now wearing a Green Bay Packers hat. Recovering. He's a fan of the Packers. I love it, even though the hat's upside down. But anyways, it is what it is. Got a great show for you today. Absolutely loaded show. Excited to get into things. If you love betting on underdogs, you're going to want to watch the first segment here with Isaac. He was on last week. 3 of 7. He gave out 8 bets. One of them was a walkover, so that one's a void. 3 of 7. Absolutely crushed it. We were up, but we had a plus 450. Almost get home. And if that one got home, what a day it would have been. But Isaac just ekes it out. Had a great day great week for us when he came on the show last week. We're going to talk through some tennis betting. He's got 4 tennis bets and 1 NBA series bet for us. Very interesting. Can't wait to get around to that. You're going to want to watch that. That's right off the top of the hour, 12:05. Isaac's going to come on. After that, we got Dom Luszczyszyn, the decision, coming in, breaking down the NHL, breaking down some series prices. Plus, if there's a little bit of time, I want to talk PWHL. And look, Moretto, if you're listening, I don't care if you don't care about PWHL. If we can bet on it, I care about it. If we can find an edge on it, let's do it. Let's talk about this. Let's win some freaking money on some PWHL games. There's 5 games, in a series. Wow, that was hard to get out. 5 games in a series. Let's find it. Let's find it and hammer it. That's what the show's for. Then finally we close out things. Drunken Goon coming on, talk some Champions League. Got the semifinals happening tomorrow. And we're going to get into a little bit of the MLS. All right. That's it. Oh, also, I have a series bet in the NBA that I really, really like. You're going to want to stick around towards the end of the show. John Smith saying no one cares about PWHL. Is that, Alex, is that your burner account? No. If you don't care about listen, I care about winning. And if we can find a way to win, I will bet on anything if it means we have a chance to win. If we can find an edge on something, I will be betting on it. I think that's the best way to operate here. So we'll talk through that with Dom. All right. Let's get into the show, but before we do that, why do we not have VAR in hockey? Tennis has it, soccer has it, all these other NFL is implementing it as well. How do we not have like a little mini tracker chip in the puck so that we know it crosses over the goal line? And listen, if you watched the game last night, if you watched Edmonton last night, if you watched Anaheim, overtime game, man, like I have big money on the Edmonton to win the series for myself, right? I'm biased. I wanted Edmonton. I need Edmonton to win here. But that was a goal. But should it have been ruled a goal? Like, no. The ruling on the ice was a goal. I don't know how any referee saw that and said that was a goal because they're all over the place. I don't know. Like, I'm just so shocked that there's no better way to do this than like a terrible angle in the net that's like not really, you can't really, it's not definitive. Put a trip tracker in the puck so we can know when it crosses. It's like the dumbest thing ever. Why are we so archaic with this?
It's a goal.
But it shouldn't be because there's no way that any referee on the ice should have ruled out a goal because none of them were in position. And it's inconclusive. You cannot come to a conclusion on that. That's the only reason why it was ruled goals because it was conclusion. I don't care what Carlo Koliakova said.
No. He said that. How can they call it a goal when the refs are not even there? That's what I was getting at.
Now I do care about what.
Look.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, look at this. If this is on screen, if you guys can see this, there's 4 referees. None of them anywhere near the net. I don't think any of them have a sight line on the puck.
No.
It's very frustrating. And honestly, like, it's hard to officiate. I get it. Being a referee is hard, but there's no worse officiating crew in the league than in the NHL. And we've seen it this past weekend, not only with this game, but with the Montreal and Tampa Bay game. Shouldn't have been, I don't know. I'm all over the place. It shouldn't have been a goal. I get that the review process, they did their job, but let's get VAR. Let's get a chip in the puck so we can avoid messes like this again. Also, like, make high sticks reviewable. I'm sorry. Too many diving high sticks that aren't high sticks that get called high sticks. And then, anyways, I can talk on and on about that. Before I go off on a tangent here, I got Isaac waiting in the wings. We're going to bring him on in just a second. Just want to give a shout out to our friends over at FanDuel. I'm a little fired up here because this postseason on FanDuel, it's all about those boosts because game day means your chance to boost your bet and make every play pay off. That's right. All customers get a profit boost tonight. So every bucket counts a little bit more. The pace is fast. The game never stops. And with FanDuel, you've got more ways to make every win even bigger. So lock in your bets, boost your odds, and make every night count with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Head over to FanDuel.com/forwardprogress to get started. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, Kansas, Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issues not withdrawable profit boost tokens. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 sport. Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. All right, speaking of New York, our first guest is from New York. I'm excited to get into him. He's LeBron's biggest fan. He spent 50% of his screen time watching LeBron highlights and edits. Isaac Rose-Berman, Round Robin 42 on Twitter. Isaac, how's it going, my friend?
It's pretty good. Thank you for having me. I'm also on Edmonton series, so not doing too well, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, it's I'm just like a little tilted with just the way that the NHL is run and operated in terms of officiating. Anyways, I can talk about this all day. Before we talk tennis, though, I want to talk to you about the recap of last week. 3 for 7, like you talked about. We had one walkover, so 3 of 8, but one walkover, so one was void, so 3 of 7. We're up. And it sounds like ever since you've been sick, you've been on an absolute heater. So are you still sick? That's the big question here.
I still have shingles. Okay. I'm feeling a lot better. Can you see me now?
We can see you.
Okay. I'm feeling a lot better, but still technically still taking meds. So hopefully we're still hitting some bangers today.
All right, that's the goal. I was going to hit some bangers. Before we get into the bangers, though, Lakers, Rockets played last night. We almost had them. Lakers series price right now, minus 900. Like, are we still clicking the Lakers, or is this minus 900 too much?
No, come on. You know we're never clicking a minus 900. That's a ridiculous price.
All right. Well, that's why we got some better prices in pocket. I think from the sounds of it, you were watching some LeBron edits to sort of lull yourself to sleep. It seems like you like to back goats. Like, you're on the Lakers with LeBron. You're on Edmonton and McDavid. Like, I'm curious to see who we're going to get into for the round robin today. You have 5 picks today.
Yes, sir.
One of them is in the NBA, though. So let's start with that one. You have a series bet for us. You're throwing this into the round robin. Tell me why you like this series bet. I don't want to bury the lead here. Just you give it to us straight.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Toronto Raptors plus 360 series. I would like it to be made clear I do not know ball when it comes to the NBA, but this price seems pretty high for me. I'm sitting on some pre-series prices. I think it was like plus 500. Now it's 2-2, only plus 360. FanDuel best in market. I'm a big Toronto fan. We had Mr. Peanut Butter who's on the Cavs, so happy to fade him here. Just feels a little bit high. So, 2-2, happy to take a swing here at plus 360.
Yeah, plus 360 does seem a little bit high. Like, assuming that they're like -3, they're like fair price minus 300 in today's game, in Wednesday's game and the next couple games. I'm just doing like a quick parlay calculator. The number seems off. So plus 3, was it? You said plus. Was it
plus 360?
Plus 360, yeah. All right, yeah. Well, if you like it, you like it. What do we need? 2 wins here?
2 wins. Come on. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 4.
That's
2 out of 3. Yeah.
We can get that. All right, so we're gonna add that plus 360. Next one we have is the Sinner and Norrie game, but we're not betting on just Sinner, and we're not betting on Norrie. This is like I've never seen this market before. Listen, I don't go deep into tennis betting, but is this like the equivalent of like a first TD in tennis here?
Yeah, so we got two of the bets are for today, and then 2 of them are for tomorrow. The 3 of them are money lines, and then the Sinner one is not a money line. It's for tomorrow. It's Yannick Sinner score after the first 2 games 2-0. So basically, it's just a bet on Sinner to win the first 2 games, which means we need him to hold serve and then break Norrie in the first game. Obviously, he's a massive favorite. He's like minus 50,000 or something. I'm a Norrie hater. Basically, it's basically a first TD, except it hits even quicker. This settles after like max 5, maybe 10 minutes into the match. Good sweat. Sinner's going to destroy him, and I think he breaks the first game. And I was looking around. I like this one for sure.
All right, plus 155. We're adding that to the plus 360 on the Raptors to win their series. Then you mentioned you have 3 underdog money lines to close it out. Rattle off all three of them for us here.
Yeah, so we got two that are this afternoon in a couple hours. The first is Terrence Attmain versus Alexander Zverev. You know I love to fade Zverev, big Zverev hater. FanDuel, best price in market here at plus 360 on the Attmain money line. Happy to take a swing there. Zverev has not been playing his best tennis, even though historically he's played great at Madrid. Lost a set yesterday or 2 days ago to a guy he really should not have. Attmain's been playing great this season, so happy to take a swing there.
That's plus 460. You said 360. It's 460.
460.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. No, keep going.
Then the other one is Karen Khachanov versus Jakub Mensik. Was plus 150. Now it's down to plus 142. I like it anywhere above the plus 130, plus 135 range. I think it's going to be a pretty even match, but Madrid kind of historically a little tricky surface. Khachanov, I think, has a lot more experience here, kind of a veteran. I think he can take down Mensik here. And then the last one for tomorrow is Etcheverry versus Fils. Etcheverry money line plus 275. In the last one, we were fading Arthur Fils and came very close with Bousset. I believe we got him in at a plus 460 on the money line, and Fils came through in a third set nail biter. Coming off that big win last week, happy to continue fading him here. Etcheverry, clay court specialist. Obviously, Fils still the pretty heavy favorite here, but I think Etcheverry might be able to grind this one out. I'm happy to take him at plus 275.
All right, we're going to take him at plus 275 here. And I think the first set score after 2 games, is it?
I just saw it. It just bumped up a little bit.
Yeah, plus 170. Market doesn't know who you are. They're not respecting you. What the heck is that?
Yeah, well, it happens. Every time we've gone on this show, people start clicking and weird stuff happens. I know last time we were on, what was it? We got Sinner at minus 125 to win the French.
Yes.
Or was it and then it moved to minus 135. What's it at right now?
It's minus 270 right now. And I was going to ask you about the French Open in just a second here, but before we do that, just put the French Open in our pocket just for a second here. We're going to be playing 3s, 2s. How do we want to do this? There's a 5 legs here.
5 leg. I like a little round robin by 2s here. 3s if you're extra spicy. The Attmain at plus 460, obviously the biggest dog. So maybe you do the round robin 2s by 4s and you sprinkle that one straight. Whatever floats your boat. Obviously, make sure to gamble responsibly when you do the round robins. You're placing a bunch of long shot bets, so tend to place them for smaller than your normal amount. But good way to get a little sweat. Yeah,
it's going to be a lot of fun. I always round robin everything that we do together. Listen, it's in your name, round robin 42. Is that round robin 4s by 2? Is that what it is, or is it just 42?
No, it's just 42. People think it's Jackie Robinson. I actually used to be, I was a big baseball fan, and I used to pitch, and Mariano Rivera, if you remember, was the 42. Yeah, closer. Always my goat. Gone a little bit off the deep end politically, but we don't need to talk about that one. He's still one of the GOAT closers and who I modeled my pitching after. So, that's where the 42 came from.
All right. Interesting stuff there. Never knew you were a pitcher. I always get to learn a little bit more about our friends here on the show.
Yeah, problem is I was pretty good. I hit puberty a little bit late, and so it's, tough being 13. You got a couple developed pitches, but I'm throwing my fastball at 50. Other kids are throwing it at like 80. So it was I was good up until I was about 12. Other kids got big and strong, and I still have not gotten big and strong. So, unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be.
You're still not big, eh? Late bloomer here. Not. All right. Anyways, let's get over. I want to flip over and talk, like you mentioned, French Open here. We have, if you watched the show last week, we have some good tickets on Sinner in pocket. I know you mentioned that you kind of want to wait for the draw, but is there anyone like you're sort of eyeing? I don't know if you want to give anything away, but anyone you're sort of eyeing?
Yeah, so we did get a little bit of run good. Obviously, Alcaraz confirmed now out for the French Open, where it was kind of up in the air, and so that's why we saw that move from like minus 125, minus 135 to minus 270 now, which I think is too steep. So I'm going to be trying to build a little bit of a Sinner no position. Obviously, he's going to be a massive, massive favorite in every single match he plays, but this will be the first time that he'll be in a major without Alcaraz. Just a sort of an overwhelming favorite. I think, obviously he's got nerves of steel, but I think the pressure might get to him. He's had some hiccups at the French Open in the past, so I'm looking to build a Sinner no position. There's a couple guys I'm eyeing, but like you said, so much of it is really dependent on the draw. In particular, just looking to get someone who's not on the same side of the draw as Sinner. And the only one that you can be sure of who's going to be on the other side is Alexander Zverev, who's going to be the number 2 seed. And I'm a big Zverev hater. I'm never betting him. So really just waiting. There's a few guys who've been playing well. Got one more tournament, I believe, after Madrid, maybe 2 more before the French Open. So see some informed people. And yeah, I mean, one of the great things about such a top-heavy tournament like we have now is that basically outside of Sinner, everybody's at least, Zverev's plus 850 on FanDuel. And then the lowest after that is Djokovic at plus 1,300. You got a lot of guys in the, plus 3,000, plus 4,000 range who have never won a Grand Slam. Obviously, you put them up against Sinner, they're going to be massive dogs, but they get a favorable draw. Sinner gets unlucky, and this really could become an open tournament. So looking forward to the draw and kind of the first couple rounds. And yeah, I mean, this futures market, if Sinner happens to go down in this tournament, this is going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah. All right. French Open. We have good positions already. We're just gonna have to wait for the draw. The draw, is it what? Do you know when the draw is? I think it's in like a month or so, maybe.
Yeah, it's like 2 days before 2 or 3 days before the tournament starts. We got a few weeks out, but yeah, gonna be sweating that one. If you're maybe if you want to be extra sharp, watch the draw live, start analyzing it in real time, and maybe see. Even though probably a little bit too much alpha there, but yeah, the draw is especially big in such a top-heavy tournament like this one.
All right, you gave us an NBA bet here. Do you have anything for us in the NHL before you head out, before I let you go?
I mean, look, I'm on Edmonton series for a lot. I was looking at the series market now. They're like plus 330.
Yes.
I mean, you know me. I love to hit the double down. 3 in a row is going to be tricky, so I don't want to, but I'm going to stay away. I'm not going to give out Edmonton comeback there, but if they do come back, I'll be a very happy camper. No need to overstake. Already have a lot on them to win the series, and I sprinkled a little bit of Stanley Cup Edmonton earlier as well. Obviously, right now at a horrible price. What's Edmonton to win the cup?
35-1, which honestly feels like they should be like a lot like. Doesn't feel as good when you're down 3-1 in a series.
Feels good, given I was at I was looking at it pre-series and it was like 1,200, 1,300.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to stay away from that one, but I'll be a very happy camper if they somehow make it back.
Yeah, the funniest thing is the Conn Smythe odds have barely budged for McDavid, which, again, like they're down 3-1 in the series. Makes no sense. Anyways, Isaac, quickly recap what we had here from you. We had the Raptors to win their series at plus 360. Sinner to be 2-0. That's after the first set score after 2 games. Sinner to win the first 2 points, 2-0. And then Echeverry plus 275. Kachanov plus 150, and Atman plus 460, who I feel like we've been on Atman a couple times in the past.
We've been on Atman. I think we'll have to look back. We'll have to check the documented record. I think I've actually done pretty well on Atman the last maybe 6 months or so. I don't know the picks that we've got on the show. I think we're like maybe 1-1 on Atman. I'm a big fan of his, and I just hate Zverev. So anytime we got anybody halfway decent against him, I'm happy to take a shot on him. All
right, I love it. Down goes Zverev. Isaac, appreciate you joining the show. You can check out Isaac on Twitter at RoundRobin42. I recommend you follow him and read his articles. Isaac, appreciate you joining the show.
Thank you for having me. Have a good one, everybody.
Awesome stuff there from Isaac, as always. I wonder if we could get a Twitter account set up for Winston the Cat. No Winston today, but yeah. Maybe we should get it. What's the chat saying here? Probably give McDavid the Conn Smythe after getting eliminated in the first round. I don't know about that one. Yes, Robin, we were looking at the series price there for the Raptors at plus 360. That's what we're looking for. Chat's asking for Kirk as well. We need Kirk. #fade God Evans. How do you think we built a series price on the Lakers here? Come on. No, Kirk will be on Wednesday and hopefully Friday if he doesn't bail like he did last week. Appreciate the engagement. Appreciate you guys tuning in today. Quick reminder, if you're enjoying the show, smash the like button, goes a long way here. And if you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends about the show. If you like the show, it does a lot for us. We got our next guest coming up here in just a minute. We got Dom coming on. But before that, I just want to give a quick reminder that if you like watching and listening to this show, and you do it solely through YouTube, we're also on Spotify and Apple Podcast. You can find us there. If you can head over there, rate and review 5 stars. It goes a lot. If you can follow us on those platforms, it also goes a lot as well. It goes really far for us. If you're ever listening, can't make it live, can't watch it on YouTube, do us a huge favor. Check us out there. It's the same show, just in a different way. And it'll probably take a lot less out of you for your data. You won't have to grind as much data usage there. Save a little bit on it.
Or if you don't just want to look at Jason, you can just listen to Jason.
Honestly, yeah, I've been told I have a face for radio, so there we go. Yeah, excited to get into our next guest. He's going to be on in just a second here. So you know what? We're going to rearrange the show. I usually like to keep my picks for the end of the show, but with Circle Back coming on at 1 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to switch it up. We're going to do the dog of the day right now. If that's ready to go.
Yes, sir.
We talked about a series price with Isaac. Well, I'm going to look towards a series price. Dog of the day is going to be the Nuggets to win the series, plus 134. Nuggets need to run the table here. It's going to be a little bit tough. They need to pick up 3 wins in the next 3 games. Based on the current price right now, I see minus 530 for them to win their game tonight against the Timberwolves. The no vig price, I'm just going to estimate it. Let's call it at minus 400. So they're minus 400 at home tonight, and let's assume they're minus 400 at home in Game 7. For you to get to this plus 134 price, they'd have to be around like minus 200 to win their away Game 6. That just feels a little too steep for me. I feel like, a little too low for me. Plus 134, I feel like is a really good number. It's gonna be a heck of a sweat. No Anthony Edwards is a big help here, but let's go with the Nuggets to win the series at plus 134. What was the typo there? I missed it.
Oh, so I did this before this show, and I put Nuggets series, but Nuggets has 3 Gs.
I wish it had 3 Ws because that's what we're going to need to pick it up. Oh, my God. Jordan's fading me. How many people fade me in the chat? I don't believe this.
I'll keep track. Right now, there's Jordan for 1, Alex Moretto for 2.
Is Alex fading me too? Wait, what's Alex fading me on?
No, I just passed. In the past, he's definitely faded you. Chosen,
yeah.
He goes against you.
We got to look out for So Money as well. It feels like everyone I know is on this Edmonton team to win. But,
pre-series, obviously, 100%.
Yeah, but still, I feel like I kind of loaded up a little bit after they lost. After they were down 2-1.
Yeah, because for the series to win pre-series, they were 275, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
McDavid gets hurt.
No goaltending. Also, I saw a throwback or whatever, and it was like the 2 draft picks that Edmonton sent to, or that Minnesota sent to Edmonton. Edmonton sent back Jesper Wallstedt.
Yes.
It's like, come on, brother, what are you doing here?
Yes.
That's bad.
Yeah, no, it's tough there. Jesper Wallstedt looks pretty good. That series has also been fun. Keep it going with the chat while we wait for Dom here. Should be on in just a second. Chosen's with me on the Nuggets. Chosen, I appreciate you. So he fades me sometimes, tails me sometimes. I feel like his opinion or his bets have nothing to do with me. Sometimes we're on the same side, sometimes we're not. I don't know if you guys have a friend like that, but I was at dinner on Saturday, and my one friend said that he had Duck series price, and it's it feels like every single side this guy's on, I'm always on the opposite side. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Chalk City in the chat also mentioning, let me just pull back the chat there in just a second here. I just wanted to see what Chalk City said. Just want to say I appreciate the show every day. Good mix of betting and humor. Appreciate you, Chalk City. Appreciate you. Damn. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you on. Looks like you're a first time chatter, long time listener. We appreciate those as always. All right. We're ready to go. We gave out some series prices, talked a little bit about tennis, NBA. Now let's move over and talk some NHL, some hockey. He's our second guest. He's right over at The Athletic. Dom Luszczyszyn. You can follow him on Twitter at Dom Luszczyszyn. Click the link in the description. It's easier than typing it out. Dom, how's it going, my friend? I think we got him on mute. Just give him a second here. We'll figure this out in just a second. Bear with us as Dom. It seems like you're muted, Dom. I don't know if you have that. If you can work that out. We'll get that sorted in just a second. Excited to talk to Dom about some series prices. Excited to talk to him about Edmonton, what happened, goal, no goal last night. But before we get into the series prices, I'm curious his opinion on the Leafs right now. It's always got to be about the Leafs. All right, I think it seems like we got Dom back. From what I'm hearing, the front runner for the president of hockey operations is none other than Matt Sundin, which is crazy to me considering we've gone Gillis, Chaika, Sundin, blah, blah, blah. If it's Matt Sundin, I don't know how that's going to roll. I love Matt Sundin as a player, as a president of hockey operations, someone who's new and never really has zero experience in the management role. I'm kind of worried. Do you have a dream hire you can make for the Leafs? Would you be okay with Sundin? What's your opinion? What have you heard from people talking around the Leafs?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was losing my mind. My AirPods are bugging out.
All good.
Matt Sundin, when you think data-driven hire, I'm not sure that's the first name that comes to mind. I think they had Sonny at the top of their list. And if you listen to his press conference or saw the quotes, you can see why he thinks, in a lot of ways, a person who looks for high expected value thinks. And it would have been a breath of fresh air to have him in the Toronto market. I love Sundin as a player. I would love him in some expanded role in the management group. If he's the guy, I think that would be fairly disappointing. I really did want Mike Gillis. I think that if he is not in the running and there's not as much smoke with him there, it feels like Keith Pelly wants a puppet he can control, and that is a red flag. We all know Mike Gillis' MO is he wants full control over what's happening, and if he's not being talked to, I think that's a sign of where things are headed, especially with maybe some of the candidates that are out there, like John Chaika, who I think does probably deserve a second chance, but considering how much ownership meddled in Arizona, might be something that points in that direction. And I think I speak for many Leafs fans saying they want Keith Pelly as far away from hockey decisions as possible.
Yeah, no, it feels like, based on reading the tea leaves here, it feels like Groundhog Day, the same thing over and over again. Also, it feels like the groundhog has come out and said, not 6 more weeks of winter, but more so 6 more years of pain and suffering for us as Leafs fans. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things change depending on if we get that first, if we get a top 5 pick or not, which I don't even want to think about. But
that's the key. If they get that top 5 pick, I think a lot of things change. A lot of things look better. If they don't, they might be screwed. There's creative ways out of this.
Yes.
I'm not sure they're going to hire the guy to get him out of this.
Yeah, and that scares me a bunch. Anyways, let's go from one Canadian market to another Canadian market. Let's talk about the Edmonton and Anaheim series. Goal, no goal. I feel like I know where you stand here, but just based on like the history of the league, it feels like probably shouldn't have been called a goal. Maybe that's just my Edmonton tickets, like kind of swaying how I felt about things. But how cooked are the Oilers right now? Is there a price that you would need? Right now they're like around plus 330, plus 350-ish to win their series. Is there like a number that you would need to bet on the Oilers? Do you just want to stay away from the series, knowing that McDavid is probably playing hurt, their goaltending stinks as per usual, and Anaheim actually looks surprisingly good?
Yeah, I'm just going to take my L. I'm not going to sink any further money into the Oilers. When they're down, I have live bet them, I think, every game and come away with a win 1 of 4 times. So it's not ideal. Yeah, without McDavid looking like himself, this team kind of stinks. Draisaitl is great, but he's playing with Kasperi Kapanen. I mean, these are the problems we all knew were coming in. It's not just goaltending. They have poor team defense. They have poor depth. And if McDavid isn't going crazy every night, they can lose to a team like the Ducks, who I still think are probably the worst defensive team in the playoffs. But to their credit, they're playing well. Jackson Lacombe has been amazing. I would need way more than plus 330 to get back on this train, because they've just been – it's not even like they're outplaying the Ducks and they're getting goalied. Like, they are losing the territorial battle to the Ducks every night. It seems to get worse every night. So I don't know. As for whether it was a goal or not, I think it was very clearly a goal. I don't know how they called on the ice that it was clearly a goal, and I don't know how the Situation Room did the same thing, because we've seen instances where you know in your heart it's a goal, but there's no conclusive evidence. So I'm wondering what secret camera angle we're not seeing to make it conclusive.
I don't know. Again, we need VAR. We need like whatever they use in tennis, like just something like that, so we can get like football, even like conclusive evidence. We know where the puck is at all times. Like, just put a little tracking chip. How hard could it be? Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Speaking of the Situation Room and knowing a goal is a goal, we know that pretty well as Leafs fans. But anyways,
there was a situation against Florida.
Yep.
Maybe 2023.
Yep.
Where
it was like you could tell it was like
it's in the net. Whatever.
Yeah, his pad, like anyways, pad is in the net, puck is under the pad, but it's not a goal because you can't figure out where the puck is. Anyways, another series I want to talk about, sticking with the Canadian theme, is Tampa Bay and Montreal. Tampa Bay with a big win last night. Tampa Bay minus 176 to win the series. Montreal plus 146. Do you think Montreal should be getting a little bit more respect in market. It's now a 3-game series. I know that they're going to be on the road for 2 of the 3 games, but like Montreal's looked really impressive. Tampa Bay hasn't looked as good. Vazzy looks shaky. Like, do you think this? What do you make of this number? Do you think it's about right?
I'm not the guy to ask because my model has been bullish on Tampa Bay since the very start in insane ways. And for most of the year, it looked good. After the Olympic break, it looked completely wrong. First 3 games, it looked very wrong. Like, this looked like a very even series. Overtime, I think game 2 is the one time where Tampa Bay looked like the team I expected, just not getting that enough. And then game 4, despite the shot count, whatever the XG was, I felt like that was a Tampa game. That's the kind of game they are known to win. And if we're going to get more of that, I think it's a fair price. It's just that in this series, Montreal's controlled a lot of the run of play, where I do think it's not as much respect. It's just a matter of how much you want to weight what we've seen through the first 4 games and the history of these 2 teams, and whether over the next 3 games, whether Tampa Bay experienced team knows how to win, can just keep pushing from where they have been the last game. So I've got enough riding on Tampa Bay. I really need them to win 2 straight and get that -1.5 because I'm going to lose it with the Oilers as well. But yeah, don't want to sink any more money because the first 3 games were definitely disappointing as a Tampa backer.
Yeah, it feels like we're in the same boat here in terms of where our money is aligned. So maybe I'm a little bit biased in talking about these series. I want to flip over and talk some round 2 matchups. We don't have any locked in just yet, but FanDuel with Carolina and Colorado already making it through has posted some hypothetical matchups here. Just want to get your quick opinions. Carolina versus Philly, the series spread or the series handicap -1.5, -146 for Carolina against Philly, +1.5, +114. If Pittsburgh somehow makes it through, Carolina -1.5, 132, and Pittsburgh +1.5, +104. Any of those interesting to you? Just looking at the next round.
I was a little late here because I was like going under the wire trying to get these numbers because I didn't have them handy.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm right on market for this series, no matter who it is. Like there have been years where Carolina was definitely overrated by the market because they are Corsi XG merchants and not real, but these 2 teams they might play, like I think they might be able to sleepwalk through. They swept Ottawa, who I think is better than both of these teams. They might go 8-0 to the conference final. I don't know if it's worth it at those prices. I have 57%. I am not sure what the American odds are for that. I think it's like 135 or something. So that feels like midpoint against the Flyers, and then it'd be a little less against Pittsburgh. But yeah, I am a boring guest a lot of the time where it's just, yep, I'm on market. I don't really have a bet. Tampa is like the only thing riding with me right now throughout these playoffs. Like it's been annoying where I would like to bet on some games, but I have like no edge every single game. No, I don't even have an edge on Tampa against Montreal anymore. It's just market price.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with being an honest guest. I wouldn't call it a boring guest. We prefer the honesty over everything else. The one thing that shocked me though about these series prices is like Pittsburgh being like rated better, I guess, than Philly, but that's also, I guess, baked in them winning 3 in a row, so they probably get a bump in their market rating if that were to happen. The other hypothetical matchups that are available there are Colorado, Minnesota, Colorado, Dallas, both set the same, -1.5 for Colorado, -106. Then whether it be Minnesota or Dallas, that's +1.5, -120. It sounds like you're on market there as well.
Yeah, 51%. right on the money. Go me, go the model. Sorry for being boring.
No, that's like a good sign though. No, like that's usually pretty.
It is a great sign. I do want to be on Tampa Bay because I think they're a great team, and I think they have all the pieces to go on a deep run. But like, if I was so far above market price to start the series, and everything else was like right in line, that it was kind of annoying. And then what was weird to me is that the game prices did not reflect what advantage I had with the series price, where I had like the tiniest edge in game 1 and no edge after that. So I am curious where the disconnect is before the series started, where I was substantially higher.
Let's talk through the games for tonight if you have anything for us. If not, we can still talk about the games. Pittsburgh and Philly. Pittsburgh right now -137 on the money line. Totals at 5.5, juice towards the over -120. The Golden Knights, Mammoth. Golden Knights slight favorites here at -118. Total similar, 5.5, juice towards the over -128. Any opinion here on side or total?
What do you think on the sides? It is right on the money. No, maybe not on the money. Depends on what kind of price you can get for Utah. I have them at +103. Maybe if the market steams in that direction. I do like the unders in both games. I think the farther the series goes along, the harder it becomes to score, the fewer penalties there are, especially elimination game for Philly and Pittsburgh. I think you'll like I never want to like say like that I do that out loud, but it seems like every year the market seems to understand this a lot more. And if you see the game 7 prices, they're usually really funny where they get to like under 5 and like juice to the under, because it is very rare for those games to be high scoring. And I think that does start around game 5, game 4 for sure, where the whistles start going away. Yeah.
We'll see if the whistles start to go away in plenty of these series. It's funny because you mentioned that. I was looking at the Ducks and Oilers. The total yesterday was like 7.5. But now it's down to 6.5. I mean, heavily juiced towards the over here at -170. It seems like it's moved up a little bit. Someone really likes the over in that game. But yeah, we've seen big movement. I have you for a couple more minutes here. And I want to talk to you about PWHL because it's the playoffs coming up. Are you shocked at all that Montreal chose to play Minnesota instead of Ottawa? Because for those who don't know, it's 4-team playoffs. The team in first gets to choose their first round opponent, which I think is incredible. But Montreal chose the third ranked team instead of the 4th ranked team, which I thought was a little weird. Any opinion on that, I guess?
I was really shocked. I messaged our PWHL writer, Haley Salvian, immediately saying, what is happening here? And I guess it makes sense in the sense that Montreal went undefeated against Minnesota this year, and they lost to Ottawa last year after choosing them in the first round. So from that perspective, makes some sense. It's still really shocking me because Minnesota has such a stacked top end. They are pretty unreal at just creating goals at 5-on-5. The one consideration, I think, is that this is probably the biggest goalie mismatch that you can get, where Montreal's goalie, Debian, is maybe one of the best in the league. And Ottawa, with Gwyneth Phillips, she's been pretty unreal this year. Minnesota, between whoever they start, they're just not on the same level as the other 3 goalies. So in that sense, if you expect a low-scoring series where it's going to be a goaltending duel, it makes some sense to pick on the team that has the biggest question marks in that.
All right. Appreciate the clarity there because I was just, again, shocked to see that. But anything you like in terms of series prices here before you head out? Right now, Boston, -164. Ottawa, +136 to win their series. Montreal, -150. Minnesota, +122. Anything your models are liking in this series?
I didn't check the series price, but now that you mention it, I am apparently ridiculously off market for Montreal and have them very highly favored. I just ran it right now, and I don't know if Minnesota is dealing with some injuries, but their depth looks really shaky, where I think I have Montreal like pushing like 69%, which is, I think, 9% above -50. -150 is 60%, right? Yeah. I'm doing the math right. Yeah. So I think there is an edge there. We'll see, because they're back-to-back champions. They have sagged a lot down the stretch, and they were one of the top teams, I think, halfway through. But I don't know. It'll be a tough matchup. I think I trust the market more than my extremely bullish take on Montreal. But to Montreal's credit, they played really, really well without Poulin for a long stretch. So I think given that she's back, given the goaltending advantage, I like them at -150.
All right, -150 it is. I knew we could find something to bet on here with this stuff. Dom, appreciate you joining the show. You can follow Dom on Twitter at Dom Luszczyszyn, LUSZCZYSZYN. Link in the description as well. Dom, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome stuff there from Dom. As always, see, I told you guys we'll find something. I told you. I'm smashing Montreal. Smashing it. -150. We'll be taking that one. All right. We're going to bring on our next guest in just a second. Here, quick reminder. after the show ends around 12, we're going to end out a little bit early here, 12:55-ish. Circle back live on the Circles Off YouTube channel. You'll probably be redirected there right after. Crazy stories to talk about on that show. It's great stuff. I'm sure everyone who watches this show also watches that, so make sure you check them out. You know what, guys? When you head over there after the show, just say, hey, Jason sent me. Just be like, hey, anyone here watch the Hammer Daily? I'll be in there with you guys. All right. Smash the like button. Click that subscribe button if you haven't. Let's get on to our third and final guest of the show. You've seen him, regular here on the Hammer Daily. Massive football fan, and I'm talking about the one with the round ball, not the egg-shaped one. Drunken Goon, a.k.a. Adrian. Adrian, how's it going, my friend?
Sorry, had to turn the mute button off.
No, you're good. You're good. That's
going well.
All right. Wait, what's this jersey you got on? What is this? I don't.
This is my youth club, Dinamo Bucharest. They've gone through some rough times, but now they're back to their standards and trying to get one of these European spots in Romania. So representing the colors.
Yeah, represented. I love it. I appreciate you. The jersey collection.
You told me. I confirmed.
I love it. You put the jerseys up in the background. Is that PSG and is that Bayern?
PSG and Bayern.
I love it. All right. Well, then let's get into the first question I have for you. The first game we want to talk about is PSG and Bayern. Bayern's been like one of the best teams in all of Europe now over the past couple of weeks. We've been buying PSG early on in the throughout sort of the tournament here. Right now, if we're looking at the prices on Bayern versus PSG to advance, Bayern is minus 128. PSG is plus 108. The game going on tomorrow, Bayern at home. PSG is plus 130. Bayern plus 175. I feel like I have those flipped, and then Ty is plus 290.
PSG at home. PSG is at home.
Sorry, PSG at home. That's what I have flipped there. Plus Ty is plus 290. Break down this matchup for us. Break down this series. What do you like here and why?
So I think that this really two teams that on their day they can win against each other. It's really close. When that happens, you take the plus money and run. I'm taking PSG to advance plus 117 if you shop around.
Mm-hmm.
They played enough to know each other really well. I just feel that PSG is able to get the job done even when they're not at their best. Bayern has dominated the games, but PSG has always gotten the result. And you get plus money. I'm going with it. Lineup wise, not a lot there. Gnabry and Guerrero are out for Bayern. PSG is close to full strength. Vitinha missed the last couple of games with Beraldo filling in. It looks like he's ready to go. Fabian Ruiz is healthy enough to contribute, but I don't think he's gonna unseat Zaire Emery in midfield. So it's close to full strength. Barcola played at the weekend, so maybe they rested Doué. It's a toss up between those two. I think Doué starts. So no big injuries. PSG is ready to go. Same for Bayern. They sat a bunch of starters and found themselves down 3-0 at Mainz, and then they brought the cavalry off the bench and ended up pulling the remontada 4-3 on the road with Kane scoring off the bench and two other. Musiala scored as well and Olise as well. So three goals off the bench to bring it back and get all the points. They've clinched the Bundesliga. So there's nothing there except the Champions League to focus on right now.
Yeah, focus on the Champions League here. We're going to take, like you said, though, PSG. We want to take the underdogs in this series because it's so tight. Would you look towards PSG to win outright at plus 240 if we're going to take them to win this series? A little bit of maybe potential asymmetric risk if Arsenal loses, and you're going to have like a great price on them to win.
Yeah, I was
series.
actually looking at Arsenal to win. This might be the first point in the season where there's a little bit of value in Arsenal.
Interesting.
PSG is on the. Just had it in front of me here. Let me just pull it up. Best price is PSG plus 165. Sorry, Bayern plus 165, PSG plus 255, and Arsenal plus 275. So plus 275, I think it might be worthwhile getting a little bit of Arsenal money.
Oh, wow. Arsenal plus 275 on FanDuel right now, plus 190. So, pretty interesting there. Let's flip over and talk this Atletico and Arsenal series. We talked about it throughout the Champions League. Arsenal's yet to lose. Oh my gosh, in Europe. 10 wins, 2 draws. Arsenal's like minus 215 to advance. Atletico plus 175. Atletico feels like, do they deserve to be here? They're kind of scrappy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
They've done it. People doubted them, but they've got the job done. Getting rid of Barcelona was big for them.
So, Yeah, so that kind of takes me to my next question. Like with the series price being minus 215 for Arsenal here, I know obviously Arsenal is a much better team, but with Atletico being so scrappy, like do you think it sounds like you like Arsenal in this series, but like is there a chance that maybe Atletico is being a little undervalued or that's priced in?
Yeah, it looks like it's maybe overpriced. I think Arsenal pulls it off in the end.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the better team, but Atletico's got a puncher's chance. They play that style where they suck you in. The only problem is that they are a little banged up at the back. They had their goalie out for a while. Musso stepped in and did well against Barcelona, but it looks like Oblak's back, and he's the favorite, coach's favorite there. So I expect him to play, and he hasn't looked great since he came back. So Simeone likes him a lot more than he does like the backup. There's a lot of history between the two of them there. So Oblak starts, and that could actually be their Achilles heel. They have some issues in the back line as well. It looks like Letterman's gonna start, and aside from that, good lineup for both teams. Arsenal, Mosquera is starting again for Timber at right back, and the rest of it is pretty good. In midfield, Cardoso versus Coke is one of those choices with Barrios out. The coach has to make a decision who he goes to. Coke has got a lot more experience, but I think Cardoso, the American, has the ability to kind of shut things down. At the weekend, they look good against Bilbao. Came back from down 1 and won 3-2. So the offense is rolling a little bit. Lukman's banged up, but if he doesn't play, they have a lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
For Arsenal, it's the same. They're not exciting. They're boring, but they get the job done.
They win.
It is what it is. I don't have a play in this match, but I think Arsenal pulls off the tie.
Yeah, if you can find like sort of the gaudy plus 275 prices out there, which seem to be off market for them to win, then maybe take those instead of taking Arsenal in this series. All right, let's flip over and talk MLS. I know you love betting on the MLS here. Anything you got in terms of games for us this weekend? Also, how does TFC look? I'm completely out of the loop with MLS. Are we good? Are we bad?
So
in between?
Management declared mission accomplished. The rebuild is done. So we start trading them.
Okay, sounds good.
It's there's nothing exciting about this team. I don't know if it's they've had like a bunch of string of games at home, early starts. Maybe there's a little bit of fatigue. When the team plays every other week at home, the fans are excited. 1 week off, 1 week in, but now they have 9 straight games at home. They're all early starts, so people are not going to the game, or other people they're handing off tickets, whatever it is. It's not the same atmosphere, even with the bigger stadium and all the World Cup preparations. So with that in mind, San Jose has been on fire all season long. They're scoring goals for fun. -1/4, -112 on San Jose over Toronto. That's a play this week. Another easy play. We keep fading Sporting Kansas City. Seattle -0.5, -126. That's Sporting Kansas City. That's the second play. Chicago has been one of my favorite teams to bet overs.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if Kuipers plays, they're an over machine. Cincinnati is really banged up on defense. So over 325 -102 on that one. Easy play as well. And the final one, San Diego's broken. They went to Mexico and they got kicked out of CONCACAF Champions Cup. And ever since, they've been on a really awful run. They basically forgot how to play defense. They're not getting any goaltending. They're going back and forth, and they're still generating chances. So over 3, San Diego LAFC -112. I know LAFC has been really good defensively, but against San Diego, we might see an open game, and 3 seems like a low number. So
all right.
4 plays in the MLS.
All right, that was the total 3, just flat 3.
Over 3 -112.
All right, -112 there. So that's San Jose -1.25, Seattle -0.5, Chicago over 3.5, and then San Diego
3.25.
3.25.
Yeah,
3.25. Missed the 2 there. Anyways, Goon, appreciate you joining the show. Any final thoughts before you head out? Any World Cup thoughts? It's like feels like it's finally around the corner. Yeah, they shut down
my flights are booked. I'm going to 9 games. Hotels are a problem.
I can imagine. They actually just shut down the Gardner this past weekend in Toronto. I assume
if you have the plans for how to get to the stadium and what the perimeter is, let me know, because I'm looking for parking.
Oh, you might want to use parking at the office here. Let us know, and we'll try and reserve you a spot. Anyways, Goon, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
Great stuff. Follow Goon on Twitter at Drunken Goon, DRU. Oh my God, DRUKNGOON on Twitter. All right. That's it. That wraps up today's show. If you missed the dog of the day, I'll quickly run it back for you here. I believe we took the Nuggets to win their series plus 134 right now on FanDuel. The Nuggets. We need to change the G's to W's because we need 3 W's for us to win this. Like I mentioned, just based on the current money line price for the Nuggets, feels like plus 134. It's a good number. So we're taking it. No Anthony Edwards. I'm back in Nikola Jokic. Let's have some fun with this. Plus 134 for them to win the series. Quick reminder before you head out, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel as well, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, especially if you made it this far. Also, if you're watching this after the fact, drop a comment down below. I want to know exactly what you guys are playing tonight, whether it be in the NBA, NHL. Maybe it's for Champions League tomorrow. You let me know. I'm curious to hear what everyone's on. And yeah. One more thing. Discord.gg/hammer. Jump in there. Let's have a conversation. Love it. Love it. Bring a cot and sleep in the office. We should honestly be. We should
couches though.
We should Airbnb out this office. We could make like literally like $7,000 for like a night.
Yeah, and it's close. Yeah, we should.
Yeah. Well, I have a key, so maybe I'll be doing that on the weekend. Rob, if you see it on Airbnb, it's not me. It's Mike. Anyways, appreciate you guys joining the show. Do us a favor, smash the like button, like I said. Comment down below. If you're listening on podcast, rate and review 5 stars. Shout out to our good friends of this show, Adrian for coming on. Shout out to Isaac for coming on. Shout out to Dom for coming on, running his numbers just for us in particular. Shout out to Mike working his way behind the boards. And shout out to you guys for watching every single day. We appreciate you. Appreciate you guys.
Shout out to you, Jay.
All right. That's it. That wraps up today's show. This has been the Monday, April 27th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. You'll see you guys, you know where, right here tomorrow.